Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, as you can see, I finally got my Power Plasma 60S back from Everlast. It was up there for almost 4 months getting some repair work done, and I'm glad to have it back in the shop so we can get some good videos coming up with this. However, during its absence, the cart remained empty over there, and that's all fine and dandy. But during the course of the time, I had purchased another piece of Everlast equipment, the PowerArc 300 ST, and that currently is being occupied by the cart over there. And now that this came in today, I got a little bit of a problem. I don't really have any place to put it. So we're gonna have to do some cart modifications to the cart that it's sitting on over there so we can get both pieces of equipment on the welding cart and get them safely put away in a nice organized fashion. So let's take a look at the cart and see what kind of modifications we need to do. Let's do it. Okay, so this is what we currently have. I've got the PowerArc 300 ST up here on the top, and we're gonna change that a little bit. I wanna put my Plasma 60 up here on the top, and we'll put this piece of equipment down here. However, the problem is that this is much taller than I have space for here. So what we're gonna do, it's just a simple fix, but hey, it's something to do. We're gonna take this shelf out and we're gonna lower this down to create more space to put this piece of equipment down there. And then while we're at it, I'll probably make another set of lead holders just like this on this side over here, so we can safely and nicely have both pieces of equipment nice and organized on the same cart. So with that said, let's get started. So I got started by taking the old leads off and taking the equipment off and stacking on my workbench for now, and I got everything off of there, and then unscrewed the existing wood platform I had at the very bottom there. For now, that was the modification that I wanted to get taken care of first. I got it up on my welding table and just took my angle grinder with a cutoff wheel and just cut those existing cross members off of there. That worked out pretty good. You know, the cutoff wheel I use it's only about 1/8 of an inch wide, but man, that thing just cuts through anything, and it was just a perfect application for what I was doing here. Once I got everything all cut off, I just took a grinder and kind of ground off the bigger welds to get them down nice and flat. In the process of doing that, I kind of ground through or cut through right there, and made some gouges in the existing frame. So not to worry, I just took my MIG welder and ran a couple small passes over the top of those and filled those in. And once we did that, I was able to grind those things down, and it was just like new again. And I know it's just a welding cart and nothing needs to be perfect, but hey, I like to do things as best I can and make them look as nice as I can. So, that really worked out really good, nice and smooth. Once it gets painted, you'll never know it. So I'm just continuing on here, cleaning up the welds and grinding down the existing welds and paint and getting ready to get the new cross members in. And there's a couple more spots right there I wanted to take care of, and you can see once those things are ground down, it's all good. So I just took the existing cross members. We're going to use those, and I'm just on my vertical sander here. I'm just cutting grinding the edges down. These cuts were a little crooked and were off a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to be able to use this. It'll work in. I'll fill them in with the welds, and it'll look just fine. So that's what we're doing right here. Once I got everything tacked the way I wanted it, both top and bottom, or right and left, whatever you want to call it, I just went around and welded things out. And you can see right there, the very first one I put in, you can see there was a big gap right there. So I reached over there, and there was a couple of them because when we took the grinder, we got a little sideways with the grinder. But hey, all in all, got it all welded out. You'd never know it. Looked pretty good. Everlast Power iMig 205 worked flawlessly on this particular application. This is 095 material. So once we got all that done, it was time to make the lead holder for the other side. So I just cut out the 1.5 inch square tube and some 2-inch by 1/8 inch strap right here. Took it over to vertical sander and rounded the edges off for the lead holders. And for some reason, I don't know, I thought I needed 5 pieces. I thought there was the 3 on one side and 2 on the other, but you know, there's only 2 on each side. But and here I happened to find a piece of 3" by 1/8" plate stock that I had in my scrap bin. And some of you regular viewers may remember I did a video a while back on modifying the welding carts that I had by putting lead holders on them. And the way I did created this arc right here was this piece of 8" pipe, and I was able to cut a piece of the 8" pipe off and then cut that in half, and that created the perfect radius for the top. But since then I don't have that anymore, so I'm just having to make it myself by bending things around. And I tried everything that there was to get a perfect radius. I even got this piece of 4" pipe clamped into the yoast, which held it perfectly, by the way. And I couldn't make that thing happen no matter how I tried. So I ultimately ended up taking that piece of 4" pipe out of there and putting it aside, and just going back to what I was doing before, and just kind of shaping it as slowly as I could around the vise. And ultimately, after a lot of measurements and a lot of adjustment, I got it to where I wanted it, and it was almost exactly like the other ones. So that was the goal here. You can see there's a lot of adjustment, but I'm pretty close right here. Alright, so once I got it where I wanted it to be, I just took my cutoff wheel and cut it off, and there you have it. It was a lot of work to get to that, but anyways, we just got in there, and I took my flap disc, just rounded the edges off and smoothed everything up so there would be no rough edges anywhere. You know, once I got that, once got all happy with that, it was time to get things welded together. So I started tacking things in right here, and you know, I gotta say I might have gotten a little bit of a hurry for whatever reason, and the vertical piece I put on there got a little cattywampus, and I wasn't quite happy with it. So I took it over to the yoast and tried to tweak it around a little bit, and ultimately got a big giant crescent wrench, so I was able to get on there and give it a little tweak, and I got it to where I wanted it to be, back nice and square. And then now I can go ahead and finish welding things out right here. Yeah, it didn't take too much. I didn't go all the way around. I just put a bead on each side. It's not going to take a lot of pressure, so that worked out really good, just the way I wanted it. And these tabs, I just marked the same exact position as they are on the existing lead holders, and just put them right in there and welded them right in. And worked out really good. You know, they're spaced out 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. I don't know. That's just a design that I had. That you know, it seems to work. So why I did it that way, I don't know. Maybe for looks. But anyways, I did that with the other ones, so they seem to work fine. I have no issues. So we're going to do it with this one, because I want these things to look as close to the same as the other ones. So it looked like we made them all at the same time. I guess that's the goal anyway. So once I got it done, bent everything around and got everything where it needed to be, and took that over, and there it is. It's just damn near perfect, the same exact as the other, and that's the goal I was looking to do. So that said, I just went ahead and welded that into position, and that's part of the thing is going to be complete. I'd just mark out on the top piece there where the lead holder was, and put that over my welding table. Took a good old DEWALT jigsaw and cut a little notch out there to allow for that lead holder. And once I got that done, before I put all the wood pieces back in, I put a coat of paint on there and made everything look brand new again. And I gotta say, I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. It's everything that I thought it would be. Got everything fastened down with the plywood, and we're back in business. I was able to put both welders back on there, and it worked out really good. I'm really pleased the way this turned out. Well, there it is. The welding cart rebuild is complete, and I gotta say, it turned out every bit as good as I thought it was going to. This thing is going to be perfect. It holds both welders perfectly and both lead holders right here, and I'm going to be able to stash it nice and neatly in the side over there, and everything's going to be nice and organized fashion, just the way I like it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.